This is part 30 of Don't Ever Buy a Clayton Manufactured Home. And in this video, we're going to be documenting some of the fraudulent inspection report of the criminal Vice President of NTA, Erica Tampax, who was not permitted to attend this inspection in the first place. Ms. Tampax was retained by Clayton Homes' spineless liar attorney, Bent Wells, who ordered the first consumer complaint inspection from the corrupt Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs Manufactured Housing Division. And the criminal state inspector was tough guy Jimmy Turner, who had his badge on a chain around his neck and committed multiple felonies throughout his inspection. And it was all captured on video. So do you still think this is funny, liar Bent Wells? I call him a liar in almost every one of my videos. Why do you suppose he lets me do that? Probably for the same reason the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs Manufactured Housing Division let me call them corrupt criminals. It's because they can't deny it. Here is the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs Manufactured Housing Division's application for industry requested inspection of manufactured home. Clayton Homes' spineless liar attorney Bent Wells fills this out and sends it back to the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs. And that should be it. There should be no further communication outside of this request. But that's not what happened. On January 10th, 2020, Lion Brent Wells charged Clayton Homes $952 for various emails and telephone calls involving clients and Inspector Jimmy Turner regarding TDHCA inspection. So 5 days prior to Tough Guy Turner's inspection, they were hatching a plan to defraud us. And every one of these people were in on it except for this guy. So now we know why Tough Guy Turner only ordered 6 measly items for the manufacturer and the installer to correct, while turning a blind eye to 62 items that we had showed him. Because that's what the plan was. But their little plan failed, so they needed a new plan. And the executive director of the corrupt Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs Manufactured Housing Division, Jimmy Hicks, orders Eric Franklin to open a new consumer complaint and send 2 of their most seasoned inspectors. This inspection was conducted on June 17th, 2020. This was at the peak of the coronavirus pandemic. And the governor of the great state of Texas, Governor Greg Abbott, had issued a mask mandate and a social distancing mandate. Unless you work for the state of Texas, then you could do whatever you want, I guess, huh? And this inspector was disgusting Howard Delk, who had open sores on his face, and he continuously and repeatedly dug in his nose while committing multiple felonies throughout his inspection. And it was all captured on video. Now let's see if they pulled the same crap with Disgusting Delk's inspection as they did with Tough Guy Turner's inspection. And sure enough, this is it. On June 1st, 2020, spineless liar Brent Wells charged Clayton Homes $92.50 for telephone conference with the TDHCA Inspector Howard Delk regarding logistics of TDHCA inspection. Then on June 2nd, 2020, he charged another $474.50. $308 were for emails regarding second TDHCA complaint case and expert involvement by Eric Tampax. And $166.50 for receipt and review of complaint to the TDHCA emails with Eric Tampax regarding home inspections. First of all, we did not ask for the first or second consumer complaint inspection from the TDHCA, and Ms. Tampax is not permitted to be involved in any of this. And it says so right here. Ms. Tampax is the Vice President of NTA, and they are the IPIA for this house. And independence is required. The inspector must be independent of the manufacturer, the retailer, the installer, or any other person that has a monetary interest. So, being retained by Clayton Homes' spineless liar attorney Bent Wells is a big problem for you. Did you think you weren't going to get caught? You were wrong. You got caught. And this could turn out really bad for you. Let's go to the next one. Then on June 3rd, 2020, he charged another $242. $168 was for attention to expert materials and logistics for upcoming inspection. Then another $74 were for emails with Eric Tompax regarding home inspection and videos and photos, telephone conference with the TDHCA inspector regarding home inspection. Then on June 4th, 2020, he charged another $74 for emails with Eric Tampas regarding home inspection, telephone conference with the TDHCA inspector regarding foregoing. Then on June 5th, 2020, he charged another $56 for status discussion and update. They had planned to defraud us before we even knew there was going to be a second consumer complaint inspection. And every one of these people were involved in it. And Disgusting Dilk did the same thing with his report that Tough Guy Turner did with his. And he only orders 7 measly items for the manufacturer, the retailer, and the installer to correct, while turning a blind eye to 58 items we had showed him. Even though right here in section 1201.356 the report shall specify each of the consumer's complaints. But this was not part of the plan. And this little plan also failed because Disgusting Dilk had gone back to the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs Manufactured Housing Division and informed them that he had missed the mark. These people are a gang of thieves and need to be indicted for racketeering. And all the federal and state agencies who are assigned to protect the consumer are not protecting the consumer at all. In fact, it's just the opposite. After the completion of our last video, which was part 29, we send a copy to various federal and state agencies, along with a description of the video. And here is what we wrote. This is all the federal and state agencies that we send these videos to. And we wrote, here is part 29 of our Never Buy a Clayton Manufactured Home videos on YouTube. In this video, we tell all of our viewers that billionaire Warren Buffett is the owner of Clayton Homes. We then show an email that we received from the worthless Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, who punts this case to the Parker County District Attorney's Office. We also show the email that we had sent to the Attorney General's office and the District Attorney's office on January 30th, 2022, which documents several crimes perpetrated by Clayton Homes, the Attorney of Clayton Homes, the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs Manufactured Housing Division, and NTA LLC. Then the District Attorney proceeds to inform us that Form T within our contract is not a governmental record, as he states that the record in question upon which you state as a false statement was made is not a governmental record. It is a record made involving private parties, specifically you or Clayton Homes or related non-governmental parties. But, Mr. District Attorney, this statement is incorrect and is absolutely a governmental record. We will continue to seek justice for the crimes that have been committed against us. And every email we send, we sign both Mr. and Mrs. And we're guessing that Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton didn't like us calling him worthless, because we finally got him to respond. But he only addresses Mr. Is Mrs. not worthy of being addressed by the Attorney General? And he writes, We appreciate your contacting the Office of the Attorney General with a previously submitted formal consumer complaint. The Constituent Affairs Division has been asked to address your concerns. Please understand, the role of this office is to advise and represent state entities and interests as specified in the Texas Government Code. Under Texas law, the Office of the Attorney General is prohibited from providing legal advice, analysis, or representation to private individuals. However, I hope the following information is helpful. The policies and procedures of the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs, TDHCA, are developed and overseen by the administrators of that agency and are not subject to review by the Office of the Attorney General. You may wish to continue working with the TDHCA regarding your complaints. Ultimate oversight of the state agency is maintained by the Texas legislators. You may wish to contact your legislators regarding your concerns. If you need assistance in determining who your legislators are, you may wish to contact your county tax assessor, collector's office, or use the Who Represent Me feature on the Texas Legislators online website. The Legal Access Division of the State Bar of Texas can suggest legal aid organizations in your area that might be able to help you with your civil legal matter and some criminal legal matters. Most of these organizations only assist people with very low income or provide self-help materials. It is important to know that the State Bar of Texas does not represent people or give advice about legal matters. And they do not maintain a list of pro bono attorneys. If you would like a referral to an organization in your area, you can call them at 800-204-2222, extension 1855. You can also look this information up in their online directory of these organizations on their website. If you may not qualify for legal aid, you can access the online attorney referral service at the State Bar via the following link to their website. Then he writes, again, thank you for writing. Please feel free to contact the Office of the Attorney General if we may be of further assistance. I wonder what he thinks he assisted us with. And what does this mean up here? Please understand the role of this office is to advise and represent state entities in the interest as specified in the Texas Government Code. Is that him trying to tell us that he doesn't care that we have these state inspectors on video committing felonies? He's going to represent them and not the consumer? So now it no longer looks like he's trying to get the Parker County District Attorney to do his job for him like he did in October of 2020. Instead, he's pushing it off on the State Bar of Texas. This guy's really something, huh? Or maybe he's telling us to turn the Parker County District Attorney into the State Bar of Texas. Is that what he's trying to tell us? I don't know. Just to be on the safe side, we're going to turn the Parker County District Attorney and the Attorney General into the State Bar of Texas. There are 677 district judges in the United States. And we are in the process of sending each and every one of these judges every video and every document we have on this subject. And there's thousands of them. And the 93 United States attorneys will be receiving the same information. Because we're going to find out why these people are allowed to get away with this. This might have been a civil matter in the beginning, but the moment Clayton Home's spineless liar attorney Bent Wells enlisted the help of the corrupt Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs Manufactured Housing Division, and NTA, it became a criminal matter. Clayton Home's spineless liar attorney Bent Wells has thrown a whole lot of people under the bus, and he's the only one benefiting from all this. Isn't that right, Jeffy Levy? So let's get back to documenting the fraudulent inspection report of the criminal Vice President of NTA, Erica Tampax, who was not permitted to attend this inspection in the first place. So we had left off Miss Tampax's inspection with us being on the roof. We have showed her 24 items. She's taken 59 photographs and 1 video. She's submitted 10 photographs and commented on 4 of them. And this is where we had left off.
Yeah. Also, there's nails popping all over the place. They got crap all over. Here's the inspector. How about you look around?
Complaining. And how a consumer complaint works is that you're complaining about something.
So then you mob us all in here.
No,
then you.
I'm talking. No one else is talking to you, Paul. Nobody but me is talking to you.
Yeah.
Nobody but me is talking to you. Point something out to me. Point it out to me.
Okay.
If you got an exposed nail, that's a violation. They can't have it. They call it in the industry shiners. They can't have shiners.
Well, come on. You can look too.
No, I'm following you.
Come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on. I'm done playing games with you.
All right, go ahead. I'm not playing games. This is for real. I'm with you.
When the right people watch these videos, the TDHCA MHD, they'll be finished. And so will NTA.
Okay.
But would you be happy if this was your ceiling?
Well, see, that's not the standard. The standard is not whether I'm going to be happy. The standard is whether or not I have something that's a code violation. That's what I'm trying to impress upon you. Where are we going?
I'm getting my level.
Oh, okay, good. Down outside? Did you have something under the home or what?
Oh, yeah, they're right here. Yeah, there's lots of these, Bent.
I'm going to keep my notes in order here. We'll get Howard back out of there.
Well, you don't care anyway. They're just, that's not, that's nothing. That's what he'll say. There's lots of them. Bent. And this part right here, this is exactly where the roof is. Right here, it's coming apart here too. Every one of them, all the way down. That one, this one, this one.
You pointed out more joints?
Yeah, you see them?
Okay, yeah.
Every one of them.
Right. Now, these are,
Okay, yeah. I'm glad you're explaining this to me.
I got it, Paul, but what I'm going to tell you is that these lap joints are expansion joints. So they will move. That's why they're designed. It's because they know that the house is going to flex and move and
well, it really flexes when you don't have a wheel on the front axle, huh?
Okay. All right. What do we got underneath?
We got bent subframes all over.
I think young Richard is with good knees is going to have to walk around under there.
Well, the reason I put this on a slab,
he can't get on the roof, and I can't get underneath.
The reason I put this on a slab is so you can get on a creeper and do whatever you need to do under there.
And it's a good idea.
All right,
it's a good idea. Yeah, it's a great idea.
So let's watch this from another angle.
I have to stay in the shade. I can't be in the sun.
This one.
This one. More joint?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every one of them.
Right. Now, these are.
Yeah.
Why you're explaining this to me? I got it, Paul, but what I'm going to tell you is that these lap joints are expansion joints. So they will move. That's why they're designed. It's because they know that the house is going to flex and move and
Well,
all
it
of
really
that. Some of these
flexes.
things they gotta
It
be-
really flexes when you don't have a wheel on the front axle, huh?
Okay, all right. What do we got underneath?
Okay. Got that stud frames on
I think young Richards with good knees is going to have to walk around under there. He can't get on. He can't get on the roof. He can't get on the roof. I can't get underneath.
The reason I put this on a slab is so you can get on a creeper and do whatever you need to do
Right,
with
and
it.
it's a good idea.
You have a creeper?
It's a great idea.
Now, Disgusting Delk never went under the house, nor did he look under the house. And this is as far as Richard Felt had gone. There was only one person who actually went underneath the house, and it was Erica Tampax. So let's see if any of these items managed to find their way into Miss Tampax's report. And here's the first one. During my inspection, I assessed the condition of the bottom board and found several holes that were unsealed and previous repairs that were failing, as shown in Figure 4.4. The holes should be repaired in accordance with the installation manual. This right here, this is underneath the master bathroom tub, which just so happens to be on the opposite side of the house and about 30 feet up. So if you went 32 feet to the other side of the house here, and then you went another 30 feet up the wall, that would make this picture 62 feet away from this opening. And this picture is not visible from this opening. So somebody needs to explain to me how this made it into Disgusting Delk's report. Belly material under master bathroom tub where a previous repair occurred was observed to be loose and the repair material peeling away from the belly material. Repair as necessary. Now, there is only one way Disgusting Delk could have known this, because Miss Tampax was the only one who went underneath the house. Here's the next item. During my inspection, I assessed the concrete masonry unit. Pierced for cracking in the foundation slab for damage. I found a single CMU block that was cracked as shown in Figure 4. This is another item that you cannot see from this opening. And it had also made it into Disgusting Delk's report. It says it right here. Manufacturer's installation manual, page 40, observed a cracked concrete block on the outside wall on the backside living room area. How did that get in Disgusting Delk's report? You cannot see it from where they were. Do they think we're stupid? And here's the next item. No remedial action is required. The bent frame elements do not require straightening or repair. It is my professional opinion that the bends in the frame do not adversely affect the home, and no remedial action is required by Southern Energy Homes or Clayton Manufactured Homes to straighten or repair the bent frame elements. First of all, do you know how hard it would be to bend these steel I-beams? And is this the type of picture you would expect from Miss Tampax's $5,000 camera? She made this picture look like this on purpose. And it was the only picture she submitted on this subject. These people are criminals, and we are absolutely going to get to the bottom of this. And we are finished with the outside of the house. So far, Miss Tampax has been shown 27 items. She's taken 68 photographs. She's submitted 12 photographs and commented on 6 of them. So I think we're going to wrap up part 30 of our Never Buy a Clayton Manufactured Home. We still have a long ways to go documenting the fraudulent inspection report of the criminal Vice President of NTA, Miss Erica Tampax. In our last video, which was part 29 of our Never Buy a Clayton Manufactured Home, we had accumulated 159,047 views with 414 subscribers. And now we have 169,475 views with 437 subscribers. And we're not even close to being finished with these videos. And now I'm starting to see a whole bunch of other videos on YouTube of people sharing their experience with these manufactured homes. People are tired of these crooks taking advantage of them. It needs to stop. So remember to like, share, subscribe to all my videos. Thanks for watching. See you in a couple weeks.